we feel like we're going to have an open training camp in terms of competing to figure out what is that best 5 to win and to go deep in the playoffs and to give ourselves a chance to win a championship.
Welcome back. You heard Lakers GM Rob Pelinka saying the Lakers will have an open competition for every non-LeBron spot in the starting lineup. I'd like to see that, by the way, on an official box score. Here are the non-LeBron spots in the lineup.
That's right.
So, look, Ramona, they're mixing these new acquisitions with their young core. Yep. You have covered extensively Lonzo Ball and his psyche with the franchise, and now they're throwing Rajon Rondo into the mix, coming for his starting job. What do you think is going to happen?
I don't know. I like it. I mean, there's a part of me that's scared. Okay, but I'm also somebody who gets to cover the team, so it's just
like chaos is
endless things to write about and watch all year long. I think you have to be careful with young players because, especially young players who are used to playing a lot of minutes and having a lot more room to make mistakes. They had that the last couple of years, and they're not going to anymore. And I would say that the Lakers gave Lonzo every opportunity to play, to start, to make mistakes, to miss a lot of shots, especially at the beginning. That's not going to be the case anymore. Right. Like, he's got to be ready to go. And I actually think it'll be good for him. I think Rondo's going to be really good for him. He certainly was in Chicago. I mean, as you know, he was really good with
New Orleans.
Young players. I worry a little more about like the Brandon Ingrams of the world and the Kyle Kuzmas of the world. They've been used to playing heavy minutes, and even though Luke Walton last year kind of established if you don't play defense, you're coming out of the game. That's different than somebody's going to take your job.
This is where we find out just how strong those egos are for the young kids.
Right.
This is going to make or break up here. Right. And if they can make their way through that, I agree. I mean, Ramona, Rondo was beloved in Chicago by everybody not named Dwayne Wade. And then he gets to New Orleans. But Jimmy respected him.
That's right.
As far as New Orleans, the whole locker room loved him.
Absolutely.
So that guy can help, but he still wants to play. And he wants to show that he's still the man. So that part between Lonzo and Rondo is very intriguing to me. But these young guys have to know that the time to win is right now. The time for promise is over.
Also, let's not forget, having Rondo physically out on the floor is really a big part of his value. You don't really want to bring him. I mean, everyone talks about, oh, well, of their free agent signings after LeBron, here's the high IQ player. Here's the guy who everyone was talking when LeBron was talking during the finals about, I want to play with smart guys who know game situations. Rajon Rondo being on the floor, barking out and field generaling his teammates and those passes that are exactly where they need to be in the right moment. That's why you signed him. So he would need to be playing for that to be effective.
For it to happen.
Lonzo Ball missed like 30 games last year with a knee injury. He's still dealing with this knee injury. I know that they won't really address it head on right now.
I'm sorry. Can you talk to the camera and give your HIPAA violation speech?
Okay. It's been very frustrating because the Lakers continue to say that they are not allowed to talk about it. That is true. They're not allowed to talk about it if Lonzo Ball has told them you're not allowed to talk about it. They don't have to. They just don't want to right now. As far as I've heard, they have not given any. Lonzo Ball has not said you're not allowed to talk about this. So
Ramona says this is not a HIPAA violation.
It is not. No, every player in the league, you sign a form saying, do you give the team permission to release information about your health? That's a standard thing. Not everybody does that. In baseball, Clayton Kershaw doesn't do that. That's why he gets the sort of hockey injury update, right?
There you go.
Left lower extremity injury, right? As you know, former hockey writer. So what's going on with his knee? Is he having surgery? We don't know because nobody's really giving a full option. We know the surgery is an option there if it doesn't heal. But if he's not ready for training camp, if he's not ready for the start of the season, even though everyone's optimistic right now, there's Rajon Rondo starting on opening night.
That could solve this problem for them.